Hey guys, TTL here. Actually using webcam for once. Hello. And today I'm going to be going over my jungle tier list for the new patch in the next few days, patch 11.3. This is all personal reflection and personal opinion. So if your main is like C tier, don't feel bad. I'm sorry. By the way, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button because 97% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, and that really helps a lot. As well as dropping a like on the video if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, drop a dislike or a comment letting me know how I can improve. Now, getting started, I divided this up into 5 different tiers. So we have God tier, S tier, A tier, B tier, and C tier. Now, starting off with the highest, obviously, we have God tier, which is Hecarim, Kha'zix, Udyr, Evelynn, and Echo. All of these champions are pretty easy to play, and honestly, their skill cap isn't too high. They definitely have an average skill cap, but it's not extremely high like Lee Sin or someone like that, where it's just going to take 500 games to learn how to play them decently. I personally main Kha'zix and highly recommend giving him a go, giving him a try. He's very easy to climb, even in the current patch, so the next patch, can't even imagine how easy it's going to be to climb playing Kha'zix. This includes both build paths. You can go Gore Drinker with Conqueror and go the Bruiser path, or you can go Dark Harvest and rush Duskblade or Eclipse and go the Assassin path. And speaking of versatile, we have Udyr. Very happy he won the VGU and rework, by the way. Very excited to see the new Udyr. But currently, you're able to play him AD, AP, tank. But currently, the God tier build is Chem Tank and just going full tank Udyr. Really OP. And I recommend watching one of my videos. I'll put a little card at the top that you can click. A little eye in the top right there. And if you click it, it'll take you to that video. If you would like to see how Udyr is so OP right now. Then we have Hecarim, AD Bruiser, just basically able to 1v9 any game as Hecarim. And then Evelynn, the AP Assassin, and Echo, the AP Bruiser sort of deal. All OP and all God tier this patch. Then we have S tier. In the S tier, I have Evelynn, Fiddlesticks, Kha'zix, Ivern, Nunu, Taliyah, Rammus, and Rek'Sai. All of these champions are extremely strong in this patch. Elise, I recommend playing as long as you're good at ganking, or good at skill shots technically. If you can hit your cocoon, you get easy ganks, free ganks, and you can just snowball the game into your hands and just solo carry. Fiddlesticks, as long as you're good at pretty much pressing Zhonya's. I mean, you can just ult into the middle of their team, Zhonya's, and just wipe them. Kha'zix is my personal favorite of the S tier, mainly because you're able to PvE the entire game. All you have to do is just farm your jungle and press R, and then you win. You just time your camps, make sure you're getting your camps as soon as they spawn, and it's just free wins. Ivern is actually downgraded from God tier to S tier this patch, mainly because his shield was nerfed a little bit, but he's still very strong and very free low. Just get that Moonstaff build that LS has been talking about, you know? Nunu, still just the heavy ganker that he is, still very strong. Taliyah is getting a lot of love in pro play. I've tried her out a few games, and everyone else calls her S tier. So, I mean, I'll be honest. I kind of just followed the crowd and put her S tier. I personally don't really love her, but I'm sure she's really good as long as you learn how to play her. Rammus, my man. Rammus is OP. You just build Thornmail against AD teams. As long as you need a tank, really, you can just play Rammus and just be OP. So just try it out. Same with Amumu. I should have put Amumu at a B tier. He's actually not on the list because I did only add down to C tier and just didn't put every single champion in the tier list. But I would definitely say Amumu is close to the top as well. So A or S tier as well. Helm and Rammus pretty much do the same thing. Very strong. Then we have the A tier, which is Shyvana, Shaco, Kayn, Graves, Warwick, Dr. Mundo, Nidalee, and Viego. Again, Dr. Mundo getting that visual upgrade very soon, actually, in 2021. Very excited, looking forward to it. The reason Viego is in the A tier, strictly because no one really knows how to play him right now. I feel like he could easily go up or down into the S tier or B tier. We just have to give people time to learn how to play him and give people give Riot time to get his bugs fixed. Honestly, there's so many bugs with Viego right now. So I just kind of put him near the middle, A tier. He could be S tier or B tier as well, or even God tier next patch. We'll just see. We'll just have to see how it goes. Shyvana is extremely good at taking dragons, and neutral objectives are so strong in League of Legends in the current patch and the current season. So her giving you that dragon control in the early game is really big, and I highly recommend giving her a shot. Shaco and Kayn are more for one tricks, I'm not going to lie. But if you like their playstyle, you can definitely get into them, just the assassin playstyle. I used to main Shaco a while back, and if you check some of my videos, I have a lot of videos on Shaco. Well, not a lot, but 3 or 4 from back in the day when I was like gold. But he's quite fun. When they reverted him a few years ago, not reverted, but reworked him a few years ago, that's when I quit playing him. Graves is really strong. With the Gale Force changes recently, he's gone down a little bit. I would say he was God tier in the past 2 or 3 patches, but he's just going downhill right now. And then Warwick is just super easy to play. He's never been really like D tier, C tier, or anything like that. He's kind of stayed mediocre throughout the past few seasons. Mundo, I find to be up and coming, honestly. I think Mundo's very strong right now if you build him correctly. You're just a full tank and you're able to just run in and do whatever you want. And then Nidalee, similar to Elise, as long as you can hit skill shots, you're pretty you'll be able to make her work. Then at the B tier, we have Pantheon, Olaf, Sejuani, Nocturne, Lee Sin, Master Yi, Trundle, and Silas. And I'm not going to go over all of the B tier champions individually. Just a lot of these champions play Gore Drinker, and the Gore Drinker build is getting a little bit nerfed. The Gore Drinker is getting nerfed. It could be ruined. We'll just have to see. And yeah, I mean, none of these champions really stand out as hardcore carry champions. I really liked Olaf. I would say he was S tier in the current patch. But with the Gore Drinker changes, it really just kind of screws him. So I had to put him B tier. Hopefully you can forgive me, Olaf mains. Then finally, C tier, we have Ornn, Set, Rengar, Skarner, Volibear, Zac, Gragas, and Jarvan. And now, before anyone says anything, yes, this is the last tier, and yes, some champions are not on the tier list. Like I said, I cut out the D tier that I had just because I felt like there wasn't a need. I don't recommend playing the champions that are that low, personally. Now, Amumu is an exception. I did forget to add him, and I would put him in like an A tier, like I was talking about earlier. Rengar is the only exception for the C tier where I think he could be really, really good if you're like a Rengar one trick or something like that. If you know how to play that champion and you have him mastered, you can definitely still play Rengar. Don't let this like get you out of the way of playing Rengar. But that's with most champions. If you're maining that champion, you can usually make it work pretty well. Kind of like Yi in the B tier. If you're duo with a Kale or a Lulu or somebody like that, you're scumbag, but you can still make it work. But yeah, that's the tier list. If you have any questions, just comment down below. And I hate to remind you again, but 97% of you aren't subscribed. So if you could just hit that subscribe button, it means the world to me. I'm trying to make this full-time in the future, possibly. And I'm probably streaming on Twitch right now if you want to click my Twitch link in the description as well. Thanks, guys. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.